my guy. ¿Qué lo que? We got the legendary Mr. Nueva Yol.
Oh my God, stop it.
Wow.
Hey, deja tu vaina ya. Ya deja tu vaina. Ya empezamos.
Yo, cuando Bad Bunny salió con esa canción, tú dices, coño.
Lo logré.
Porque you should walk up on stage with that song every time.
Es que tú ves, yo no sé si tú te has fijado.
Ajá.
Ya nosotros hemos hecho un par de shows que yo lo hago.
Pero tú tocas, man, you go up with Anthony Santos, bro.
Pero si tú te fijas, yo mandé a hacer una mezcla de cuando Bad Bunny dice Nueva Yol, sale la voz, esa voz de esa canción.
No way.
Y después se mezcla y arranca Anthony Santos.
Oh, pues yo no me di cuenta.
Exacto, no, porque tú sabes que cuando yo subo la gente hace demasiado bulla, que la música no se ve. Exacto, entonces yo te entiendo.
We just did a show on Sunday.
Yeah.
Y esa vaina fue un palo. You killed it, brother. I'm so proud of you. Like, seeing you up on stage, seeing where you come from. Because I think when we met, you were not at the level where you are right now.
When we met, I was even thinking of doing comedy like that. Like, I was dibbling and dabbling because I met you a través de Tommy. You was hanging out with Tommy and those guys, and I was like kind of just in the mix.
Figuring it out.
Yeah, I was in the mix.
And right now, like, where you at right now on Instagram?
What do you mean?
Like what follower-wise?
640 or 50K, something like that.
Bruh, that's a major achievement. That's 640K followers, people that follow you. So what was it that got you into this whole social media thing? Like this whole comedy, like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was by mistake.
Okay.
So I've always been funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like naturally funny. Like class clown.
Yeah.
In school, in my household, I was always the comedian. We would get in trouble, me, my cousins, my brothers and sisters. Y yo era el que hacía chiste. Like when it was serious, like cuando no estaban peleando, yo hacía chiste, like to kind of bring that comedic relief.
Yeah, a lot of times they say comedians come from trauma, but toda la vaina que nosotros pasamos, the dark time, we're the ones that bring humor in dark times. So,
yeah, so it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that. So, I have a lot of trauma. Like, I don't trauma dump, and nobody knows.
Yeah.
Pero yo vengo de una juventud bien, tú ves. Difícil, muy difícil. La gente no se imagina por la persona que yo soy. Pero está bien, that's for another time.
Okay.
Pero yo siempre he sido, tú ves, chelchoso and funny, and I use that through my childhood to escape and to, you know, bring that little bit of... Entonces, when I moved out of my house, I grew up with 9 brothers and sisters, and then 3 cousins. So
9 brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
You got a typical Dominican family.
Yeah.
De tu papá es...
Bueno, yo no sé. El papá mío no, you know, typical Dominican story. I don't know. But yeah, we grew up or whatever. And then when I moved out, I missed that. I missed being in a house full of people.
Yeah.
So one day, yo en mi casa estoy mapeando. When I moved out on my own, estoy mapeando. And then out of nowhere, yo me acuerdo, like, yo, if this would have been back in my house, my mom would, my aunt raised me. I call her my mom. She wouldn't let me, or none of us, de que pisar el piso hasta que el piso no se secara.
Es verdad.
So yo, like, that was like when I first moved out on my own, que yo estaba trapeando, I'm like, diablo, like, ahora me toca a mí hacer esto. Si hubiera sido la tía mía, problema para todo el mundo.
Así que uno aprecia algo, loco. Cuando uno se muda, and then you got to be the one washing the dishes, you got to be cleaning up for yourself, you got to clean up the whole house, you got to mop the floors, and then when you're doing that, you're thinking about your mom, your tía, y tú dices, bueno, ya yo veo por qué esa mujer se enojaba con uno.
Exacto. So, cuando una vez yo estaba limpiando y vaina, and then I'm like, yo me acuerdo cuando uno no... Si tú estabas cagando, te tenías que quedar en el baño hasta que se secara el piso. Si tú tenías hambre, tienes que esperar que se seque el piso. Si tú vienes de afuera o vas a salir, tienes que esperar que se seque el piso. So, yo quería como recordarle a los primos míos y a los hermanos míos de ese momento.
Sí.
So, entonces, yo agarré una cámara que yo tenía and I did a skit. That was like my first skit ever.
No way.
But I didn't know it was a skit. Like, I didn't have a concept of skits. I didn't have a concept of
what
internet comedy.
Yeah.
I didn't have a concept of what viral was. I didn't have a concept of social media, like in that sense, right?
Okay.
Back in the day, Instagram was just pictures and little videos to show what you're eating, what you're doing. Like, I wasn't in that world. So I wanted to do a video to kind of just show my brothers and sisters and cousins, like, yo, do you remember when?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, somos mucho. Si yo hago este video y se lo mando uno por uno, like, it's going to be too much. They all follow me on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do the video and I'm going to post it on Instagram and so they can all see it. So that's what I did. I did the video. I posted it on Instagram. They saw it, but then so did 10,000 other people.
Yeah. You're like, oh, shit, 10,000 people saw this, you know?
Yeah. So then I started seeing the reaction, people commenting, people that I went to school with. They're like, yo, we always knew you was funny. You should keep doing more. You should keep doing more.
Yeah.
And, you know, all the reactions. So I'm like, oh, shit. Da-da-da. So then I started doing like doing videos and putting them up based on how I grew up and based on my experiences. And then long before that, I was a fan of Tommy and That's Dominican and those guys and you guys too. Like, yo no sé si tú sabes, pero tú eres inspiración también para muchos latinos.
Stop it.
Sí, you were one of the first Dominicans that had that representation on a mainstream platform, como quien dice, like,
I appreciate that.
And on YouTube, like, back in the day, era televisión. You would watch YouTube on TV.
Sí.
So you would say, like, oh, shit.
That's TV. For like the next generation.
Right. Oh, shit, he's on TV. This nigga made it.
Oh, man, thank you.
So I'm like, yo, ahí que esa es la meta.
Oh.
So between the Tommies and the Gadiels, we're like, yo, there's something here. Right? So then I started like going into that world, like, and then I started doing videos like that. Like, yo, Dominicans be like, or white people be like, or black people be like. I started doing those videos.
Yeah.
And then because you guys were my idols, or you still are, but I'm saying back in the sense porque somos amigos ahora.
Yeah, claro.
Tengo esa dicha y ese privilegio de decirlo que los ídolos.
There's no offense here.
Los ídolos míos se han convertido en mi amigo. ¿Tú puedes decir eso? ¿Tú puedes decir eso?
No,
tú tienes la vida entera escuchando a Romeo Santos y no puedes decir que Romeo Santos es tu amigo.
Es verdad, eso sí es verdad. No, it is a privilege. You also gotta think about, like, even for me, like, before I started with Pero, like, I was binge watching That's Dominican.com. I'm like, mierda, cada semana esperando que se haga un video nuevo. You know, so when I went to Pero, like, I was like, I want to be That's Dominican for BuzzFeed, right? But I wanted to encompass Latin America entero. But I also wanted to bring esa jerga dominicana. Y en ese tiempo, Dominicans didn't have a good reputation online. You know, I think in Dominican Republic, there was like a massive deportation or whatever. And it was like, every time you mentioned Dominican, it was correlated with the relationship with Haiti. Yo dije, mierda, pero nosotros los dominicanos somos más que eso. Tú conoces un dominicano y esa jerga dominicana te consume. ¿Tú entiendes? So yo dije, yo tengo que salir adelante y enseñar otra cara que es de nosotros. Nosotros somos la gente, somos jocosa por naturaleza. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. We're naturally like,
of course.
Bro, you go to Dominican Republic, bro, and you sit down in a restaurant and you talk to a waiter or whatnot, and you tell him a joke, he'll fire 5 back at you.
Naturally, like not even planned. Bro. Like they have it on the tip of their tongue.
I don't understand how that works, bro.
Yep.
Yo maquino, pero esa gente maquina como un procesor de un GPU de un quantum computer que tienen esa gente.
Instantly. It's an instant comeback. Yeah. And it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And you had an uphill battle.
Yeah.
Because before you came on TV, the perception of Dominicans
were not a good one.
Wasn't a good one. Like, so you had the uphill battle of going on TV and changing that for the better. Like showing the other side. Like, oh no, espérate, aquí hay algo.
Yeah.
Like, en República Dominicana hay talento.
Claro.
Because before you and your team and the people you surrounded yourself with to create that content, they was like, Hollywood is not going to waste money on Dominicans.
At all. They don't even know what we are, bro.
Yeah.
What we are. ¿Tú sabes cuántas veces nos dicho nosotros? One, I was in LA. I was like, you know, auditioning for acting roles. I'm like, yo soy Latino. All the acting roles that were Latino were Mexican-based.
Yeah. Can you do a Mexican accent?
Hell no. Tú te imaginas que un mexicano dice, dímelo, manito. Tú entiendes que ya lo acepto nosotros. Yo no puedo cambiar de acento para uno mexicano.
Yeah, no. And then slowly, tú dite a dar cuenta, and that's Dominicans, that Dominicans here in the U.S. and Dominican back home apoyan. Claro. Y cuando apoyan de verdad.
Claro.
Y meten número.
Claro.
So then, you know, the snowball effect.
Yes.
Then you started putting out content that people like me started relating with. Oh shit, he's on TV. I could be on TV too.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he could be on TV too. And then that created like the whole Dominican fucking comedy.
I feel like yeah, there's like a Dominican comedy revolution.
Yeah.
Right now happening. Right. And I love what you're doing, bro. Like I sat down with Tommy here and I love that, you know, usually there's comic ego, there's Latino ego, right? There's always like this man ego, right? What I love about you, bro, that I've seen you do is you bring everybody with you.
Yep.
Not a lot of people do that.
I do that intentionally.
Right.
And I do that because I learned it from Tommy.
Okay.
Tommy was my first experience in this comedy world.
Okay.
He was the first hand that reached out. He was the first wing that took me under. So he was like that, like, or he is like that.
He is like that, yeah.
Yeah. So I remember, quick story. I remember I was doing the videos and I was tagging Tommy. I wanted him to see it. I didn't know, he didn't know me, and we hadn't met. Mm-hmm. But I would tag a video, and I would tag him. When I posted a video, I would tag him, Team Dominican, like all the big platforms so they could see it and hopefully get a repost or a comment or something. So when I moved out to the Bronx, he was coming to do stand-up in Yonkers. There was a comedy club in Yonkers, and he went to do stand-up. I'm like, oh shit, I got grown man money now. Like I could go see him.
R.I.P. Yonkers Comedy Club. It was Dominican owned.
Yeah. So I went to see him, and when he sees me, él me mira como que,
yo como te he visto a
ti.
Sí,
yo te he visto a ti.
Sí.
So whatever, before the show, he comes, he's like, yo, ven acá, tú eres el que me está tagueando en todos esos videos que no sirven, ¿no, verdad? Like, you the one tagging me in all them whack-ass videos. I say, yeah. He said, can you stop? Nah, but he followed that with this. That I say this everywhere I go, and this is what I live by, right? He said, it's not what you're doing is wrong. And it's not that it's not funny. You're funny, but you're doing content that everybody else is already doing.
Damn, that's a good advice.
If you want to come into this, you got to offer something different. You got to be you. You have to show people who you are. What do you have to offer? That's different than what's already here. It's saturated already. Everybody's already doing Dominicans be like, white people be like, moms be like. Who are you? That's where you're going to put out.
What sets you apart?
Yeah.
It's like, hay un libro que se llama Blue Ocean. Y habla de how can you set yourself or your business, your brand apart from everybody else? Like, there's a lot of boats out there, but like you want to be the only boat in the blue ocean. ¿Cómo que tú te separas de los demás, especialmente cualquier parte de tu vida, aunque sea un negocio, lo que tú hagas con tu vida? So I think that's what leads to success in business a lot of times.
Yep.
You know? And so what happened after that?
So then he said, yo, listen, I get it. You're doing this because everybody else is doing is the trend, but everybody has an audience.
Yeah.
Everything has an audience.
Ooh.
Si tú agarras, ¿a ti te gusta amarrarte los tenis?
No.
Ponte una cámara y amárrate los tenis todos los días y sube ese video de tú amarrándote los tenis. A gente que le gusta ver a otra persona amarrándose los tenis, va a seguirte.
Es verdad.
Y ahí tú creaste tu propio público de gente que amarran tenis.
Es verdad. Because there's a niche for everything.
Everything. I'm like, yo, that's true. Es verdad. Okay. So what do I like? Who am I? Yo, I had an existential crisis. I'm like, who am I? Is this really for me?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm not doing the trend, like, what do I have que no se ha inventado? De que todo se ha inventado en el mundo.
Sí.
You know, like they say every joke has been said.
Yeah.
That's what they say in comedy. Every joke it depends how you say it and the different words.
What makes it different from when you're saying it?
So I'm like, yo, who am I? Tarara. So un día, I'm in BJ's or whatever, and I'm with my girl, and se me ocurre una idea. Yo vi una pared, like it had chips, wall to wall, like mad chips. Se me ocurre una idea. I give the phone to my girl. I'm like, yo, grábame. All you're going to ask me is if you guys sell chips here. I'm going to make pretend I work here. You're going to ask me, you guys sell chips?
Yeah.
She turned on the camera. She's like, do you guys sell chips? Se me salió el acento. Natural.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You don't see we have all the type of chips here. We have Frito Live. We have Doritos. We have all, like everything, but with the accent. Unplanned, it just came out.
Yeah.
Because I've always had, I didn't learn how to properly speak English until late into my childhood because I'm first generation and I'm the firstborn. So in my household, nobody spoke nothing but Spanish.
So when you were growing up, you had an accent.
Yeah, I had an accent. I didn't know English. I didn't have the English. I didn't have the English.
And how's your Spanish right now? Like,
perfecto.
Perfecto.
Lo mejor que hay. Lo mejor que hay. Sí, no, lo mejor que hay. So if I speak long enough English, the accent's gonna come out. Yeah. So for that video, the accent came out, and I'm like, fuck it, whatever. Y lo subí, muchacho. So we got into the car. We went home. When I went home, that video had already had like 22,000 views or 25,000 views at that time, and I only had like 1,000 followers. I'm like, oh shit.
No way.
What the fuck? Then I had 1,000 followers.
I think I remember that one. Yeah, I think I remember that one. I think you were like. Tú preguntando, tú no ves or some shit like that.
Yeah. And then I went home. I'm like, what the fuck? So I went to sleep. When I woke up, I had 5,000 followers. ¿Qué? And that video had like 100,000 views. I'm like, oh, there's something here.
Yeah.
This is me right here, the accent.
So that's when you kept on with the accent.
Every video I did after that was the accent.
Because you even do the accent on stage. Sometimes I'm like, yo, espérate, yo ando con este tigre todo el tiempo. And when you go up on stage and you do the accent, I'm like, did he have the accent earlier? Like this whole time? yo, every time you're on stage, I'm like, I don't remember if he had an accent. Yo le hablo inglés o le hablo español este tigre.
Has he always spoke?
Like, I could have sworn he spoke English. Like,
yeah,
regular.
Listen, it worked. It worked for me. Yeah. Like, it was my in.
Okay.
The accent was my in into the market, into the industry.
Yeah. Though I think their branding did great too, because you branded yourself Mr. Nueva Yol.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that brand itself, like, okay, sometimes your branded, the name makes the rest as well, right? I think you branded yourself early on very well.
Yeah.
And then when you see Mr. Nueva Yol, you're also, and you write it in a way of the Nueva Yol movie, right? Nueva Yol, Buena Nueva Yol. Right? So it's like, it has the essence of Dominicanness and an identity, New York identity.
Yeah. That was intentional too.
Yeah, perfect.
That was intentional.
That was
like the way you see the name on Instagram and you think it's something like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like it catches your attention. Like, oh, esto es una página de la ciudad de Nueva York. Every day, daily, I get tagged people in Times Square that they tag Nueva York. Like they try to tag New York, but they tag Nueva York. I get those notifications all the time.
No daily. Way.
People tagging Nueva York, like the
Son
city.
Dominicanos que vienen para acá que ellos piensan que así que se escribe Nueva York.
Yeah, and they tag out Nueva York. Estoy en Nueva York. And me sale a mí.
Bro, and what was the big thing that
you
was
go to Google and you Google Nueva York, no te va a salir Nueva York, te va a salir yo.
No me digas.
Claro.
No va a salir la película.
No va a salir ni la película, ni la Estatua de la Libertad. Te va a salir este gordito lindo que está aquí.
Y déjame decirte algo. Yo, if y'all haven't seen the Nueva York movie, bro.
Best. Top 5.
It's a cultural phenomenon. It's an indie film.
It's a cult classic.
It's a cult classic for Dominicans anywhere, bro. Yeah. Con Balbuena. I gotta watch that movie again.
Yeah, watch it again. I watch it once every couple months.
No, you don't. Yo me recuerdo, I got a lot of backlash porque so yo hice un show in Washington, D.C. And so happily, it was like September, right? And yo dije, I wanna bring something that's cultural to Dominicans. And I used the poster de la película. I hired somebody that does that. They grab posters for movies and they put your face on it. So I grabbed the Mr. Nueva York poster and I put my face on it.
I think I remember that flyer. I thought it was cool.
It was cool. For Dominicans that grew up like watching the movie, was like, yo, qué heavy.
I'm like, damn, I should have done that.
Pero, think about it now in retrospect. The poster, él tiene el brazo on top of the Twin Towers, bro. His arms on. I'm like, okay. I'm thinking about it. Yo, would people have a problem with this? But then I was like, at that time in the 90s, the Twin Towers is the staple. Existía. And when you come to
cualquier cosa tú le estás dando homenaje a la torre también.
Exactamente. So when you come to New York City, the first thing, I think people forget, like the first thing you saw when you came to New York City was the Twin Towers.
Yeah. Right? La gente querían ir a la escalera roja, a la Estatua de la Libertad y a ver a la torre.
And then
a la Torre Gemela.
Exactamente. So, pero el póster también tenía un avión.
Ah, no, mi loco, ya. Yo no vi el avión.
yo quité el avión porque recuerda que en ese tiempo era el avión APA que venía uno. Y él tenía ese avión in the poster.
It was Dominicana and Pan Am.
Oh, yeah. No fue el APA.
The airlines that used to come from DR here first was Dominicana, Pan Am, and then American Airlines.
Yo creo que fue el APA que estaba en the poster. En esos tiempos. Lo que yo dije, I Photoshop the plane out of it. If I Photoshop the plane, yo voy a estar bien. So I took out the plane. Y como quiera la gente, I can't believe this. He's trying to make fun of 9/11. I'm like, bro,
were they Dominican? I
don't think they weren't Dominican.
Okay.
They weren't Dominican. I think
the most of the people... la gente va a hablar.
La gente
va a encontrar lo que sea.
La gente wake up to look for outrage.
Yeah, now is rage bait culture.
Rage bait culture.
Like, what can I say? Porque la negatividad te trae más interaction que lo positivo.
Eso sí.
So even if you don't feel it, you're going to say it because you know you're going to get interaction. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But that's fine. Like, that's why you rage bait, because you know you might not feel it, pero si eso es lo que la gente quiere, si eso es lo que te va a traer al algoritmo, y eso es lo que te va a dar contenido, y eso es lo que te va a traer interacciones, fuck you. Está bien, mira. No 2 torres, no, las 4 torres las vas a poner.
So, what was like the one video that you're like, coño, esa vaina me cambió la vida? I missed Nueva Yol.
Que me cambió la vida, damn. That's a hard question because when I found the accent, I was going viral for a month straight, every day. Every day que yo subía 2 videos diarios.
¿Qué?
2 videos, 3 videos diarios y yo me viral. A mí los seguidores me subían como si fueran granos de arroz, like. Yo me levantaba con 10,000 más, 20,000 más, 10,000, 15,000, 20, así, diario.
It becomes an addiction, too.
Yeah, bro. Because every video I did, it was 1, the accent, 2, super relatable. Like, it was fresh. Like, oh, shit, yeah, I remember. Or, shit, you remind me of my mom. Or my dad used to. Or that's how my cousin is. Or that's how I remember when I was young. Like, those were the nostalgic videos I was doing.
Love that.
And shit, I started in 2017. That was like kind of innovative. Like even if I wasn't the first one with a Dominican accent, I was mixing the Dominican accent with relatability, with nostalgia from our homeland, and with family shit, and with current events. So I was mixing all that, putting it in a 1-minute video, 30 seconds, and I will give it to you, toma. And then the other shit que yo descubrí fue, in the beginning, I used to edit. All my videos. Edit, cuts, lighting, micrófono, cámara, different angles. And then I'm like, yo estoy aquí durando 6 horas para editar un video de 1 minuto. Si la gente quiere ver vaina producida, they're going to turn on YouTube. They're going to turn on Netflix. Instagram, people just want mindless, fucking quick content. Consume,
and keep going.
Unpredictability. They don't want predictable content. Like, todo eso yo me di cuenta rápido. Because if you're doing a skit and the first cut they see, they're like, oh, eso hay un guión. There's a script. Like, this is acting.
Yeah.
So, como que la gente no... But if you give them a one-shot video, it's unpredictable. They don't know what's going to happen next. And it gives them a little bit more of authenticity. Tuve like, oh shit, They want it to feel realistic. They don't want if it feels acting or like they swipe right away. And I found that out very early. So
the more it looks authentic, the more they like it.
Yeah, I don't want 4K. Your phone brings 4K. I don't want 4K. Yo grabo en 1080p. Vaina así, like low quality vaina, that shit that looks real. Those were like the little tips and tricks I would implement.
Yeah, because now you could bust out 2 videos in one day.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and it's your I feel like we live in a culture that right now is all about speed. Content is all about speed. Speed beats everything.
Too much content, pal. Right. Too much content. So if si el contenido tuyo doesn't stick, then the next person that puts up a video, their video is gonna stick.
This video
is that, and you have to keep up, and it's too fast right now. That's why AI is taking over. A AI tú le dices que tú quieres que suba.
Hazme contenido y pon la cara mía.
Yeah. Yo quiero contenido cada 5 minutos, quiero que suba una foto.
Y lo hace. And it's so close to being so realistic. Tú no vas a dar la diferencia. Loco, hay un video de un gato que Oye, mi mamá se vuelve loca porque a ella le encanta. Yo creo que ella sigue una página que is about cats. And the cat is training and she gets pregnant. She's married. She's about to get married. She gets pregnant by the trainer cat. Y después, then the baby's born. It looks like the trainer cat instead of the husband's cat. And the husband leaves that. So it's like, it's a whole drama, pero son gato.
Yeah. Con voz de humano y vaina.
Con voz y con vaina.
Yo estoy ahora mismo, mi contenido favorito es un gorila that he's lost in the jungle.
Yeah.
And
the
he's camping. Yeah, he's camping and shit.
Yeah.
And he's vlogging. Un gorila. Like, yo me acabo de encontrar esta mata, me la comí y me hizo un efecto.
Sí.
Vamos a ver qué pasa.
Vamos a ver qué pasa. Ay, yo tomo aquí y ahora mismo vamos a encender.
¿Y tú crees que es verdad que es un mono ahí, pero un Sasquatch, un Bigfoot, lo que sea, hablando en la selva con una cámara?
That's where content
Entonces nosotros tenemos que competir con eso ahora.
Pero yo creo que nosotros estamos una mejor posición que actores en la industria, right? And if we talk about like Netflix, if we talk about big studios, para ellos hacer una película, they need to hire ADs, AGs, directors, like there's a lot of people, PAs. So necesita un equipo de más de 100 y pico de gente para hacer una película o hacer un show.
Yep. And a lot of governing bodies too. Union work and all this other shit.
Para yo hacer este podcast ahora mismo, suena más yo te invité como invitado, pero este cero fui yo que lo puse. Grabo esta vaina y lo subo. Ya esta noche esto está listo. Esta noche este podcast está listo.
Y no hay que pedir permiso, no hay que mandar, y que edítame esto, sácame esto.
Sign this form, que esto, lo otro. I text you like, what, 3 weeks ago, hey, when are you available? You available to this? Okay, está bien, vamos a hacerlo.
Y ya, estamos aquí haciéndolo.
Y me tomó 15 minutos to set this thing up.
Y me hizo una juca.
Y le hice una juca. Pero allá en Netflix, so it's like they're like, for them to create content, we could create content immediately. We could do like an hour podcast, 2-hour podcast. How can they compete with YouTube? And YouTube is dealing with people that has like a 4-man team versus hundreds.
Yeah.
I think right now we're in a moment that speed beats everything. Yeah.
Speed and consistency. Pull it up. How many channels are on YouTube currently?
¿Qué sé yo?
¿Tú me entiendes? And each channel on YouTube is a channel.
It is a channel.
What's your YouTube channel? It's a channel.
It's a channel.
Entonces, en ese canal, tú puedes hacer lo que tú quieras. Entonces, eso vuelve a lo que yo te dije in the beginning. If you like tying your shoe, if you like sacándote capa, if you like eating lobsters close to the microphone like this.
Yeah.
Es un canal que la gente que le gusta ver eso o te descubre y no sabe que le gusta eso and they find that they're going to stay. They're going to be like, oh shit, no, I don't have to watch conventional media. I could go on YouTube and watch literally anything I want.
It's true. And I feel like I don't have to scroll through anywhere else. I don't have to scroll through TV. Loco, yo me puse a ver televisión el otro día. Bro, 3-minute commercial. Yeah, who's going to sit through this? We used to sit through
But we would.
We would.
But now it's like, that's a waste of time.
Yo me vuelvo loco ahora mismo.
A 1 minute commercial on YouTube, yo me estoy like, why is this so long?
Why is it so long?
What's going on?
Yo no tengo paciencia.
You want the content to come right back.
Pero también, it kind of messed up our generation. Y yo tengo más miedo for the next generation because if you think about it, cuando yo me mudé, yo estaba viviendo en Los Ángeles. I moved to the hood in Los Angeles, South Central. And one of the things I was excited, the hood is known everywhere to be more people around, kids playing around. All right? Yeah, I remember. I don't know, how old are you? If you don't
30.
Mind me? 30. So when before there were phones, you were outside. You were probably outside with your friends. You remember the block party.
Yeah.
Right? Pero ahora la gente está más encerrada. Si tú ves a Los Ángeles, tú lo ves más drástico que tú lo ves en Nueva York. So, in Los Angeles, I went to the hood, whatever, and I did not have internet for 30 days, bro. I'm chilling outside. I'm sitting in the porch. ¿Para qué el porch? Para que uno se siente adelante en el porch. Para eso se hicieron porches en la casa, para que uno esté afuera y se siente y vaya.
Apendecía y vaya.
Y para ver los vecinos, a chismosear. Mira el vecino con la otra vecina. Sí. Mi hermano, yo duré, ese mes que no tenía yo internet, yo duré el mes entero looking outside, bro, and I did not see one soul. Yo nada más vi los gatos rapando por ahí.
Te toca a ti, Gadiel.
Oye, y loco, y yo estoy ahí, y loco, pero aquí no hay nadie. Pero ven acá, loco, y aquí no, ¿y qué es lo que está pasando? ¿Por qué nadie está afuera? Y oye, yo sé que todo el mundo está en su casa porque la calle está lleno de carros.
Yeah.
Nadie, yo no vi ni un alma. Y yo me puse a tocar música, and I sit down outside with my sister, and now sometimes I blast music, and then you see neighbors come on, they sit.
Oh.
Right? But guess what? After the 30 days, ¿qué pasó?
Right back to your phone.
Vino mi internet a la casa.
Bye, bye.
Yo también estaba como los demás en Netflix, buscando.
Pero ahora, si tú te pones a dar mente de que diablo, como era antes, diablo, pero antes se hacía, te va a volver loco.
Es verdad, sí.
A los viejos de nosotros tú le pones un teléfono y no lo saben usar. No saben prenderlo, no saben. Nosotros, we can't be that for the next generation. Nosotros no nos podemos quedar atrás.
Es verdad también.
Porque en eso es que va a estar el dinero. Ahí es que uno se va a buscar la fortuna, vamos a decir. Sí. El cambio es inevitable.
Claro.
Change is inevitable. Technology, media, whatever, fashion, whatever, medical field, whatever, change is inevitable. Si tú te sientas en una sillita, en una mecedora, en el porch, diablo, yo me acuerdo cuando antes se salía a jugar vitilla.
Yo creo que me estoy viendo un viejo.
Yeah, yo me acuerdo que antes uno salía a jugar topado.
Eso sí.
Y aquí ahora nadie está saliendo, todo el mundo.
Mi hermano.
Olvídate. Éntrate para tu casa, ponte los lentes esos virtuales.
Sí.
Y ahí tú lo vas a encontrar ellos ahí jugando. Una casa en el mundo virtual vale más que una casa aquí en el mundo real hoy en día. Con dinero de verdad. Explícame eso.
I don't know, man. ¿Sabes? I don't know. Mira lo que pasa. El Gen Z no sabe socializarse. No sabe cómo tener una conversación.
No le importa, pero tienen 10 millones en un banco.
10 millones, pero...
Yo y tú estamos hablando y estamos arrancados. Gen Z están allí, están hablando a través de los lentes que te estoy diciendo. Y ellos están hablando en vivo desde su casa.
Desde su casa.
Y todos los que lo están viendo están sentados en su casa viéndolo. Y ellos se están ganando los cuartos.
También, es verdad.
Entonces yo voy a hablar contigo de gratis.
También.
Si yo puedo prender esta cámara en vivo y que me vea todo el mundo y entre y me mande cuartos, me manden leones, me manden gatos, me manden perros, mándenme de adáptate.
Yeah.
Que también cuando viene a ver la moda se recicla. Everything is
pero nosotros tenemos una epidemia de male loneliness, isolation. You know, a lot of people dealing with isolation. You see what I'm saying? So antes uno se sentaba afuera, tú estás con los vecinos, ¿tú entiendes? Muchas veces yo salgo para andar con unos amigos y yo estoy pensando en llegar a mi casa porque me da una ansiedad del diablo. ¿Tú entiendes lo que digo? So, como nosotros humanos somos gente que somos sociales and we're getting the social dopamine from social media instead of human interaction, right? I think we're losing that human interaction. I'm like, people used to be a little bit more happier, right? I feel like when we were outside, there was a lot of things. I think, especially Gen Z, we didn't talk about so much about anxiety and depression. And the thing is that they are overstimulated with this dopamine that the prefrontal cortex is not being used anymore. So when you don't use your prefrontal cortex, it oxidizes.
Ahora dime eso en español, que no te entendí. What? Hombre, me está hablando de ciencia y biología.
Es que yo siempre me meto en una mierda. Eso, pero lo aprendí todo eso del internet.
And frontal quantum physics, what?
Pero lo que pasa es que ahora estamos viendo there's a higher, suicide rate in teenagers que no lo veíamos antes. ¿Sí o no?
No sé. Yo no voy a opinar.
¿Y por qué yo voy serio siempre? Entonces, maybe son las luces.
Habla tú de eso. Yo no sé. ¿Qué te digo, Gadiel?
Well, let's go back to one thing that I found interesting when you
No. You're not going to go from that to that. No. So you like telling jokes, right?
Let's lighten it up.
No. Es que... Sí, hombre, pero... Ay... Eso, bro, el cambio,
So tú dices ahora, que el cambio está bien y tenemos que adaptarnos a este cambio.
Adaptarnos al cambio tecnológico. Porque, okay, Antes no se oía de las enfermedades que hay hoy mentales, no se oían de los casos de suicidio, blip, no se oían de todos esos casos porque no habían los medios.
Sí, es verdad.
Tú lo oías por televisión si lo decían o de un vecino, pero ahora el mundo entero está conectado con
el teléfono.
Entonces, claro que te va a llegar más información, claro que... Diablo, mira, se chocó un carro hoy. Mañana te sale, oh shit, se chocó otro carro. Diablo, en esta semana ya van 3 carros chocados. Pero es porque todo tú lo ves aquí. Tú puedes ver cualquier noticia del mundo aquí.
Sí.
Entonces, por eso es que se nota más las noticias.
Claro que sí, es verdad.
No solamente con eso, pero con todo.
Pero también estamos viendo la sociedad. Like, we see a major difference.
Yeah.
Right? Even New York City is a major difference than what New York... Of course, we're one of... I feel like...
¿Tú quieres que vuelvan la droga otra vez?
No.
La pandemia de droga que había. No, pa. Yo estoy al favor de que lleguen los cambios y uno que no se quede atrás.
Es verdad.
Porque en los cambios que va a estar el progreso de nosotros y... Tú quieres que en el futuro un hijo tuyo traiga de que un holograma, de que, mira, papi, este holograma lo hice en la escuela.
Sí.
Now what the fuck you mean? You walking around with a hologram. No, you gotta, like...
Pero en el futuro se va a enamorar de ese hologram que dije, papi, yo me voy a casar con ella. ¿Qué tú vas a hacer?
Dale para allá, tráeme uno a mí. Mira a ver si está... tráeme uno a mí. Es más, yo ordené el mío, mira, viene por ahí. You know, like, you have to just, you gotta be open-minded.
That's a good idea. A hologram, that'll be porn on another level.
¿Me entiendes? ¿Le está llegando?
Tú te pasas. No, tú me estás diciendo, tú llegaste aquí, loco. So, you also own a construction company, bro. Like,
yes.
you're an entrepreneur full, bro. Mm-hmm. La gente piensa que you probably... I thought you only did social media work, bro.
No. I have a 9 to 5.
Okay.
Like, quote unquote. Like, I don't have to clock in or clock out, but I have a conventional job.
Okay.
And I own my construction company. Mm-hmm. Like, I do a lot of different, things para buscarme el pan de cada día.
Okay. So the construction company is separate from your 9 to 5.
Yeah. That's separate.
Do you ever talk about it online or do you?
No, I've never spoken about it porque después la gente se pone creativo.
Y que se aparece.
Yeah, hey, primo de dónde? Hey.
So if you don't mind me asking, what is that you do as a 9 to 5?
So I'm a manager. Like I manage a industrial supply and medical gas. Yeah, tú ves, se pone difícil.
Coño, pues este hombre inteligente.
So, tú ves los hospitales, el oxígeno y vaina, el oxígeno que te ponen en the whatever, la máscara cuando se bajan del avión, el oxígeno que tú respiras, todos esos gases especiales, la compañía mía lo vende. Like a los hospitales, like anywhere you use specialty gas.
Okay.
That's what my company offers. And then we also do industrial supplies, like welding machines, structural support, bridges, any structure that goes up, my company goes in and we give you either, if you need welding machines, we'll write you a code, like, okay, mira, este building tiene que soportar, qué sé yo, 10,000 toneladas. Este es el material que tú necesitas y estas son las varillas que tú necesitas para soldar y estos son los gases que tú necesitas para que el trabajo te salga con el código que tiene que ser.
Look, Ian, how do you find the time, bro? Like you ever work in your job? You sabes que do you do the sales part of it, or like are you at work and then you get?
So I manage the facility. Like I started from the bottom. Like,
okay.
That's the first job I got. That's the first job I got in the industry when I came out of high school, going into college.
Gotcha.
I was looking for a part-time. And I found that industry. I'm like, yo, nadie conoce esta industria.
Okay.
Like, this is not like a regular job. Like, this is different.
Okay.
And I saw a lot of opportunity. And then I started growing. Within it. So I went through the sales part. I was doing sales. I was doing account managing. I was doing phone sales. Then I became like the front of the store manager, like an actual branch. And then from there, they brought. I became in charge of governmental contracts, so selling shit to the government, to the municipalities like NYPD, Department of Transportation, Department of Sanitation, the government. Like the the forces and stuff. And then from there, I hit the cap in that company. I quit. And then I went to a bigger company. And there I became a facility manager where now I'm in charge of a bigger operation, in New York.
That's crazy that you're so big on social media and then you're like, I got a 9-to-5. A lot of people were like, okay, I hit this level, I'm leaving my 9-to-5.
Yeah, not at all. I can manage. I could still manage it. Why not? If I could still manage it, why
not?
How
you manage both?
And it doesn't, because it's not a true. I don't have to clock in. I don't have to do 8 hours straight there.
Gotcha.
Because I'm in the industry. So if you know. I've been in the industry so long that I delegate. Like I have. Not to sound, but I have employees that do the work for me. I have people that do the work for me. I have to be there and make sure that shit gets done once in a while. Write up P&Ls, go through the reports, go through, make sure that we're in compliance and make sure that, but I'm not as hands-on anymore. I don't have to be there 9 to 5 and make sure that que hay papel en el printer.
That's dope because you have a leadership position within your business, within that company.
Yeah.
Right? And then that also translates within what you do in social media and comedy and stuff like that. Because I noticed that you are the person that brings everybody in. You be like, yo, Gadiel, ¿qué es lo que tú vas a hacer este día? Let's do this show. I thought Tommy, we sat here and our podcast talked about you, that you even hit him up and you be like, yo,
yo voy a ver esa vaina.
Right? And then Da Vinci has said the same thing. Like, do you feel like working in this job was like you learned the leadership role and you adopt that to every other aspect of your life?
Man, I've always been a leader. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I've always been a leader. I've always been the influence, like, so to speak. Like, and an example of that is in school. Like, and in school, you're shaped by your peers. And está en ti en decir, diablo, ese grupito está fumando marihuana ahí, yo quiero aprobar. Oh shit, ese grupito allí está cortando clases, yo quiero cortar. Oh shit, ese grupito se va para un hooky party, yo me quiero ir para un hooky party. But I was never like a follower. I was never that. Like, oh shit, I'm gonna join this gang. Or, oh shit, I'm gonna join that clique. I was a roamer. Like, I was popular in my high school.
You were like a they call it a sigma.
I was a fat, funny kid. Like,
yeah.
Yo me llevaba con todo el mundo.
Sí.
All the gangs, my boys. All the jocks, my boys. Todas las mujeres, my girls. All the nerds, my friends. In lunch, yo me podía sentar contigo. Si tú tienes problema con aquel, yo me podía sentar con aquel.
Tú no tienes problema con nadie.
Con nadie.
Oh, good.
Wait.
Good.
They used to call me Big John. Yo, Big John, hay una vuelta. I'm good. I'm here freestyling.
Okay.
I used to freestyle and shit. Like roast battles. I used to freestyle roast. In my lunch. I'm like, nah, I have fun here. I'm going to do this. But like, yo, you know what? Yeah, nah, let's not go do that. Let's stay here. And so yo influenciaba gente desde chiquito, de chamaquito. Like, and I'm the oldest. Out of so I think it started there. I'm the oldest, so I was the example to follow in my household too.
If you say,
so I've always been.
What would you say, like, because I've seen it, bro. And what would you say? What are some of your rules that you go by when you feel like every leader needs to have?
So every leader needs to be empathetic, understanding, have patience, and learn how to use other people's strengths to their advantage, to your advantage, and how to use their weakness to their advantage too.
Oh, wow. Like, can you explain?
So I know, for example, in comedy, your weakness is crowd work, and I want to build a show with you, but I know you're a good storyteller. I'm going to compliment you with a good person that does crowd work.
Yeah.
Because now that's a full show. Now the crowd has a good story, and they also get interacted with.
Yeah.
So now they feel complete.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put 3 storytellers in one show.
Gotcha.
Because then the crowd feels like left out, and I like my shows to be experiences. I don't know if you noticed when you've done my shows, I like my shows to be like a fucking party almost.
Yeah.
Like
it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. It's fun. It's not monotone. It's not coming to the stage.
Yeah.
You do your 10 minutes. In my shows, yo quiero que haga música. Que el host esté encendido, that the host comes in. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys having fun? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, come into the stage. Ooh, ah. Always high energy and shit. So that's what I mean. And in my professional career, también, with my employees, I identify your strengths, I identify your weaknesses, I use your strengths to my advantage for the betterment of the task at hand, and then I use your weakness as your advantage. And I make sure that we work on your weakness. What's your weakness? Okay, mira, vete por aquí, mete por allí. I have no shame in giving people keys. Like, mira, esto me funcionó a mí. No sé si te funciona a ti, pero trátalo. Oh, mira, based on what you're doing, maybe you should go this way. Or,
you know what I love that you say? You said the first thing you said is empathetic, right? And there was a study they did on chimpanzees. So, and they talk about the alpha male a lot. Yeah, I think this society has a misconception of what an alpha male is, right? So, muchas veces tú dices de alpha y tú ves all these like red pill content guys always talking about like the alpha needs to be this and alpha that. But the thing is, when you study primates, when you talk about our closest cousins, which are the chimpanzees, the alpha male is not like the ruthless, the baddest, or I have to be the stronger or the one that bullies everybody else. Matter of fact, the alpha male that does that doesn't last long as the alpha male of that tribe. But what they notice is the one that's become more empathetic.
Yeah.
That's a great communicator, right? The alpha male within the chimpanzee group is the most empathetic one that takes care of his people.
Yes.
He'll go, he'll hunt, and he'll come back. He's like, ven, todo el mundo va a comer conmigo.
Yeah.
Vamos a comer juntos. Everybody's going to eat.
Yeah. Diablo, tú no estás en tu mejor momento. Ven, hombre.
Yeah.
Yo entiendo.
¿Qué es lo que pasa?
I'm not going to kick you out the tribe because you got to be empathetic. Ven, hombre. Let's help you. What's going on? Oh, shit. And no ego. You have to have a little bit of arrogance, but no ego.
That's another thing that I noticed about your ass. That you don't have that ego or that ego that because ego could be destructive, especially amongst men.
Yep.
Right?
Yo no. Yo me pongo chiquito para que me carguen. Yo no me creo de que yo me pongo chiquito. Oh shit, es verdad. Oh, está bien. Oh yeah. Like I become submissive almost. Like tú te crees la vaina, está todo, dale, rueda.
Sí.
Like. But I let my work speak for myself. That's it. That's all I could do. Let my work speak for myself.
Yeah, because like if you think about it, like if you have your self-confidence and you know what you're worth, nobody could tell you what you're worth.
Yeah. Confident. That's why I say a little bit of arrogance. Because you don't want nobody to step on you either.
Tampoco.
Like you don't want nobody que te coja de pendejo. So you have to be a little bit of arrogance.
Is it arrogance or confidence?
Confidence is arrogance. I see the two synonymous. Or can you tell me a difference between the two?
I think arrogance is in a way I feel like, oh, I'm the best. Or like...
Do you not feel like you're the best?
A lot of times I don't.
So then you're not confident.
Yeah, okay.
You see, like for me, they're synonymous. You have to be a little bit of arrogant. You have to be. You have to be so confident that there's a little bit of arrogance there. Not full arrogant, because then you come off as a douchebag.
Yeah.
But si te dicen, diablo, Gadiel, el mejor. Tú sabes. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, rompiste.
Yeah.
You know how I do.
You know how it is. Yeah.
Oh, no. Damn, really?
That's true.
Like, oh, shit, verdad. Damn, you think so? Like, don't look for validation. That's going to be your downfall. Like, waiting to be validated, because then you're always going to depend on somebody else's okay. That's probably not as good as you. And not at the same level as you. You know, so... Para mí me da trepito. Like,
yeah, because if you're looking for validation, you're saying that this person's opinion is more valuable than my opinion.
Yeah. Than your perception of yourself.
Of yourself. How? That's true.
How, Sway?
Yeah. Coño, this became deep. Esta vaina. Aprendieron. Take notes.
¿Me entienden? Entonces, bro, I'm so black and white, like so nonchalant about shit. Por ejemplo, la gente siempre que tienen un problema se vuelven locos.
Sí.
Yo tengo una filosofía.
¿Qué?
Si hay un problema, el problema o tiene solución o no tiene solución.
Y ya.
Si tiene solución, ¿cuál es la solución? ¿Cuáles son los pasos que hay que coger para solucionar ese problema? Vamos a solucionarlo. Si no hay solución, se pone más fácil. Olvídate de eso y sigue.
Mi tía me dice a mí, alguna vez en esta vida uno tiene que ser un sinvergüenza.
Y ya. Por eso con la mujer que yo estoy, a veces que ella conmigo, que tú no le pones importancia a la cosa, de why you so nonchalant. So that you want us both to be like not thinking clearly and stressed about this, like eso se soluciona o no se soluciona. Let's move on. You know, like literally, that's my trend.
I love that because I feel like you're okay with uncertainty. I've been sometimes I struggle with that, but sometimes I think it's a lot of the self-talk, right? Y a lot of times we are in our heads and hay una voz en nuestra cabeza que siempre está hablando, ¿verdad? So I've been learning how can I have that conversation with my head and be like, tú sabes que I'm not going to solve that right now. And that's okay.
That's okay.
I'm going to be okay. Nothing that I'm going to do right now, stressing about it, because a lot of times anxiety comes before anything happens.
Have you ever thought, like, relating to the same field that we're in, un show grande, viene un show grande o viene un evento grande, y en tu mente, tú, like, you're in your head, like, I hope I don't bomb, this shit never gonna end. Like, tú no ves el final de ese show, like, what's the outcome gonna be? Am I gonna do good? Am I gonna do bad? Llega el día, tú rompes o no rompes, pero ya en la noche tú estás en tu cama acostado. Todo el mundo sigue igual. No se acabó el mundo, no perdiste trabajo, no te llevó una pierna, and you're still getting the same love that you were having the day before. You're still paying the same rent you're paying the day before. Like, these big things that people get in their head is sometimes it's you getting in your own head.
Yeah, I think sometimes, I think before a show, I've learned how to be like, let me calm down. Yeah. Let me meditate. I meditate before going on stage. Even though if it's 2 seconds, 10 seconds, I have to pull away and be like, let me meditate and be present in the moment. Let me try to be, especially when on stage, because nobody cares. Like, one thing I have is, I think about Kobe and Michael Jordan. Like, Michael Jordan was never like, don't pass me the ball.
Yeah, pass me the ball.
Pass me the ball.
A little bit of arrogance.
A little bit of arrogance. Pass me the ball. I'm going to make it in. Yeah. And everybody in the team knew to pass him the ball. He was never be like, yo, tú sabes que I got the flu today.
One of his best games was the flu game.
The best game was the flu game. Y la gente no sabe que a mí me da el flu, yo ni me muevo de esa cama.
¿Me entiendes?
You know what I'm saying? So I think when it comes to stand-up, I've learned to be like, I've talked to myself in a way that this is the best I've prepared to be here at this moment. If I worry about things, it's not going to make things better.
You know, sometimes I think I'm doing it wrong. Or like, sometimes I even think it's not for me. Porque I talk to a lot of comedians and they say like, yo, before a show, I have a ritual, or before a show, nobody could talk to me. Before a show, I have to meditate. Before a show, I have to go through my set. Before a show, me tengo que trancar en un closet. For me, like, I don't feel... Yo no me siento de que nervioso. Yo no me siento... Like, I could be doing whatever. Coming to the stage, Mr. Nueva Yol. I'm on stage. Like, I don't need that. To get to sit with myself before... Like, I don't get bubbly guts. I don't get that. Like, I'm ready to go. So now there's a question for you. Is that normal? Like, have you heard that before? Because everybody I talk to, they like, yo, estoy nervioso.
I think it's normal for everybody to have their thing. Right, I think you watched the show because when we did the last show, you were like, "I need to see the show," and I think for you is you need to experience the whole show so that you can feel part of the show, so that you know what you talk about. So like, I know that for you, it's very important to watch the host. There's a reason for you you want to watch the host. So like that, by the time you go on stage, you already know who's in the crowd. Right, so if there's anything that comes, you feel like you're already part of the show, which is a tactic that people use as well. To be like, okay, the whole show, you're probably even calculating. Okay, ahí está el plomero, ahí está esta tipa que tiene cuarto.
Yo, talking about that plomero shit. Esos chistes me subí, ahí arriba fue que me llegaron.
¿Tú entiendes? Pero ya tú sabes.
Pero ya, like, subconsciously, ya yo sé, ahí hay un plomero.
Hay un plomero.
Yeah.
¿Tú entiendes?
Yeah.
I think we did one where tú eres Romeo Santos. You went after me and I talked about Romeo Santos. You're like, tú eres Romeo Santos.
Yeah, that was in Connecticut. And that show I didn't watch. That show I was in the green room, but I was hearing
You were listening.
I'm like, and then I went out and I saw the way the dude was dressed. I'm like, I didn't see the show, but I bet you're the Romeo Santos he was talking about.
Yeah.
I remember that. That shit was nice.
Yeah. So I think everybody has their little thing. I think that's the thing that makes you comfortable within the room. And I'm like, A lot of people do. I do that too. When I go to like the Broadway Comedy Club, I love watching the host because I feel like I have a different set watching the host. You see what I'm saying? Yo sé quién está ahí. Yo sé quién son los enamorados, who's single, who's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are they trying to get together? Are they friends? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By the time I go up, I already know everybody.
Yeah, no. Y yo tengo la dicha that, like, I headline more than I don't. So, So, I guess you're right. Like, I sit in the back and I watch, and I already feel comfortable within the room.
Yo, it's crazy because, like, you say you have a regular 9 to 5. So, have you been at work and somebody be like, yo, muestra Nueva Yol?
So when I cover branches, like when one of my branch managers or when one of my counter guys are calling out, or when one of the physical stores needs like support, and or if I stop by y me da la gana to go to the counter, yeah, all the time.
Bruh.
All the time. En la calle cada rato. All the time, pa.
That's hilarious.
And it's crazy to think about it. Like, we didn't have to become movie stars first.
No.
We didn't have to be una novela.
No.
We didn't have to blow up on magazine.
Nah.
We didn't have to go through these like traditional avenues that as kids we thought was the only way
of making it.
Of making it, not monetarily, but to a point. Like, it's crazy to think about que tú te puedes parar en cualquier esquina, not just of New York. You could go pretty much anywhere in the world. At least one person is gonna know who you are.
That's true. That's true.
That to me,
and that was done by you, not that somebody opened up the doors for you. Not that somebody, that somebody else had to say. You had to say. You controlled that.
Right. No other platform put me on.
Put you on, no.
Like, I didn't go on a BT. I didn't go on a MTV. I didn't go on a Univision. Or like, I didn't get exposed by some.
You didn't have to go to auditions for somebody else to sign off because somebody else thinks you're better. They put the stamp on you. No, it's like, I think that's why I respect more people that are able to make it happen on their own. Like people like you, like Radel. You see what I'm saying?
El mejor, Radel, el mejor.
Amazing. Hernandez, Marcelo Hernandez.
Marcelo, the SNL.
SNL.
Yeah.
I mean, even though he is in SNL, but Marcelo, bro, is, man, to be honest with you, bro, he's representing the culture great. Like when that motherfucker got on SNL, look, I felt like I got on SNL.
Would you be as buttoned up though?
As buttoned up, like what way?
Like, I feel like mainstream media is missing
missing us.
Like,
yeah.
Damn, I want to like shout out to Marcelo. But you know who Caramelo is? He won
Casa.
Yeah. I never watched it, but he became so big that it popped up on my feed. I'm like, oh shit, Dominican dude. And the reason he got discovered is because there was a dude doing interviews in the city, and he was a UPS worker.
Yeah.
And he went up to interview him based on his physique.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what do you do? You're jacked. Yeah. And the dude's fucking charisma came out.
Like carisma.
Yeah, that video blew up.
Univision
pulled him, or Telemundo, I don't know. Mm-hmm. And that's how he blew. And he brought that authenticity to television.
Gotcha.
Like, ¿qué lo que? Sí. Enamorando a las mujeres con la jerga dominicana.
Sí.
And then I feel like in SNL, you have to be like almost proper. Like,
you have to.
Sometimes they let you play with the accent even, maybe.
Yeah.
Or the words. But it's not, they won't let you say, qué sé yo, una palabra dominicanísima.
Dímelo.
No, he could say whatever. Like,
Mira, I feel like this.
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying.
Like,
you feel
raw Dominican shit.
Raw Dominican. He has to play to the audience that exists there. Because at the end of the day, this dude did a Don Francisco skit. A Sábado Gigante skit that you would never see. I feel like what he's doing right now, going into SNL had to change.
No, that's huge for him.
That's huge.
That's huge for him and for us.
It's not like Marcelo's going over there. It's not like he's like, okay, yeah, there's a different version. He's doing it his own way. Marcelo's gonna be his own way. But at the end of the day, when Marcelo showed up to SNL had to adapt to him. They had to change.
Yeah, that's huge for him and for us.
It was the first one. You never heard de que no Sábado Gigante skit. Never. Now you got him and Bad Bunny doing these skits and Latino dads with the gut like sitting outside. Like, so he had this phenomenal like monologue talk about Dominican baseball players, right? So what he is changing SNL with his jerga y su sazón dominicana, and that's the way to do it, to showcase the culture, because we all have the same mission. You have the same mission. I have the same mission. Marcelo has the same mission. Our mission is, how can we showcase our culture to the rest of the world?
And I feel like he opened up that door.
Door. Mucha gente no sabe que es dominicano.
Yeah. Marcelo, like, oh shit, Dominicans?
What
is that? What is that? Let's go find out about these Dominicans.
Exactly. So that's what he's doing.
So he opened up the rabbit hole.
Yes. So he's on that mission. You on that mission. I'm at that. Tommy probably was the one that started the mission when it came to that'sdominican.com. And before that was El Lobe and Cristina. I don't know if you ever remember. Mm-mm. You see what I'm saying? So I think if we continue doing what we're doing, Radel Ortiz is doing a great job. Like selling out.
El mejor.
He's selling out United Palace.
Bro, unfathomable.
Unfathomable.
You see him? Mm-hmm. He did that, and I felt like it was me. Well, I was there, like I was the host, but like all of his wins are like diablo.
Yeah, and then and then helps everybody else out. It helps everybody else. Oh, ¿quién más es dominicano? ¿Por qué los dominicanos son así?
He's making noise, like he's knocking on these doors, tearing them down.
Tearing it down.
Just like what Marcelo's doing for SNL mainstream.
Yeah,
Radel's doing it too, and he's
direct to the people.
Exactly. Yeah,
direct connection to the people. We're hitting it through every fucking angle.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do.
Bro, selling out the United Palace on stand-up comedy.
Phenomenal.
Coming from social media. You didn't have to go through the circuit. You didn't have to go through Comic View. You didn't have to go through Def Jam. You didn't have to go through auditions. You didn't have to get a special on Hulu. You didn't have to get a special on Netflix. You didn't have to do the 40 shows a week.
Yeah. But let me tell you something,
bro.
Another Dominicans we gotta highlight is
I get goosebumps talking about this.
Yeah,
love you, nigga.
Orlando Labor. Orlando, I don't know.
That's the frizzy hair. Guy with the I like him.
I think Orlando stand-up wise, he's my favorite Dominican stand-up.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen a few clips of the frizzy hair. Yeah.
You have to see Orlando live.
I've seen a few clips.
Is a masterclass.
Yeah, I would love to watch him live. Yeah, I've never seen him.
Masterclass. It's just seen him live? You have to see Orlando live.
No, I don't think I've seen him live. I've seen clips.
You can see clips, but let me tell you, the experience of seeing Orlando Labor live is complete. I gotta take notes every time I see him. Like, bro, it's just. Ian Lara is also doing his own thing.
You know who I like that I've never met or seen live, but when I see Vlad, Laughing Vlad, he's funny. I saw him live in LA. I think he recorded like a HBO Latino, and I was laughing. The crowd was not getting it because I think he brought that sazon, New York Dominican sazon. Wow.
And he headlined the show. And I feel like the crowd, I was like, and I'm the only one laughing, going like, bro,
stop.
I relate to this guy so much, and it's so hilarious, but the crowd was like, not fucking with it.
Really? I've seen clips. I've never seen him live. I've never met him, but based on the clips I've seen, like, I like his style.
Bro, I think...
LA? Bro, we went to LA recently.
Yeah.
And we... killed
I don't know what it was.
We murdered.
You know what it is? Because you guys also perform in front of Dominicans. He didn't. That's one.
Yeah, that could do.
Two, I think he has a phenomenal story. I think that his dad is a super. He's a phenomenal. I think Vlad is a phenomenal. I'm a fan of his work. I think he's a phenomenal comic.
I would love to see him live.
Let me tell you something. I feel like Vlad. I think they try to give him a development show. I don't know what happened to it. Right? But him having his father as a super could be a major fucking show.
Yeah.
That's a show.
Yeah.
That your dad's a super, like his story, that's a show.
You could go anywhere.
You could go anywhere.
You could tell any story.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You could tell any story, go anywhere, any predicament, anything. is an episode.
And let me tell you something. I feel like if there was more Dominicans in power, if we worked, like we're already working together, but like we gotta figure out how people could work more together, because if there was more Dominicans out here that had power, whatever, when it comes to whatever the industry is, somebody would have invested in this show.
Es que también hay una cosa, like us, we're collaborating more.
Yeah.
You know, like, it might seem like there's a lot of us, but there's really not, if you think about it. Lo que pasa es que los dominicanos somos charlatanes también.
Yeah.
Like, el dominicano te ve a ti. De que diablo, el loco hizo un video y mira dónde está allá. Pero cualquiera hace un video. But they're not doing it with the intention of permanecer. They're doing it as a quick come up. And the shit's never going to work if you're doing it for a quick come up. Because then tú te vas a desencantar. Diablo, yo he hecho 3 videos ya y no me entra un peso. You feel me?
Yeah.
So el dominicano piensa así a veces. So yeah, you know how many times I've had people reach out, yo quiero hacer un video contigo, okay, ¿cuál es la idea? Or I go on their page, 3 posts.
Yeah.
And their idea is, no, que yo y tú vamos caminando juntos, yo me caigo, y de ahí para allá tú le das porque tú eres comediante. Bro, what? So for me, I collab with anybody as long as I see that you're on the path.
Yeah.
Y si yo te puedo dar un empujoncito, vamos a dártelo.
Vamos a dártelo.
Pero no que tú vas a venir.
No, es verdad. I remember, like, there's I was talking to Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny came over to BuzzFeed and we did a video. It was like a tasty, pero like, and Bad Bunny had to create his own like Italian style sushi. But Bad Bunny is like big, bro. Like already, he's like, and yo dije, Bad Bunny, why are you the biggest? Everybody's trying to get to your level. There's a lot of reggaetoneros, a lot of artists. What makes you so big? What makes you different from everybody else? And he was like, it was 2 things. My brand. You know, I change my brand every year. Like, if you look at him, he's changing his style. His hair is different every single time. His clothing is different. Like,
he's fucking genius, bro.
He's a genius. And he said, number 2, I collab with everybody. Yeah. I got no problem collabing with anyone and everyone, just like you said right now.
Yeah, you have to collab, bro. Eso es lo que te va a regar a ti. Eso, like, that's like the tentacles that reach everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like, yeah,
because you're grabbing that person's audience as well.
Yeah, you could blow up by yourself. Tú puedes 5 millones tú solo. Pero esos 5 millones nada más te van a conocer a ti ahí. Ahí, ya. You got 5 million Dominicans. Ahora graba con Gadiel. You might have 5 million Dominicans, but those 5 million Dominicans are New York Dominicans. Graba con Gadiel. Tú tienes 5 millones, Gadiel tiene 100,000, pero los dominicanos de Gadiel son los dominicanos de Los Ángeles, que cuando tú vayas a Los Ángeles, esos son los dominicanos que te van a llenar el show.
Es verdad. También.
Los 5 millones de dominicanos que tú tienes en Nueva York no te van a llenar en California.
Sí, y yo tengo muchos boricuas también.
Los 100,000 de Gadiel. So people don't think like that. People think of... Hay mucho ego, como te dije.
Ego.
Hay mucho ego. Entonces, no, yo no voy a colaborar con ese tigre que nada más tiene 100,000 seguidores. Yo tengo 5 millones. ¿Cómo yo le voy a dar mis seguidores? Like, they think... Como like que it's their property.
It's their property, yeah.
It's my followers.
Yeah.
Take my followers.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. I love that you're talking about, because you never know who's going to be the next big thing. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you could be up here and that person's down there and that person surpasses you.
Bro, so I actually have, like, one of the reasons I do it is a selfish reason. There's a selfish reason why I help a lot and I help as much as I can. And es el legado que tú vas a dejar. You're always going to be in somebody's mouth. Somebody's always going to mention you. ¿Y cómo tú hiciste eso? Oh, Nueva York.
De verdad.
Yo, ¿y cómo tú llegaste? Yo, I remember one time Nueva York. Yo, entonces, ¿cómo? Nueva York. So, even if you're not relevant, you're still going to be relevant. You're still going to be relevant. Y cada vez que tú llames a alguien, te cogen el teléfono. Si tú llamas, te cogen el teléfono.
De verdad.
Pero si tú, no, I'm gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Cuando tú caigas o cuando tú necesites de alguien, nobody's going to pick up.
That's true. There's this they call him Black Hollywood, the godfather of Black entertainment, and he's known for that. Que era un tipo que was in Black Hollywood, and he was like, he'll go to white studios and be like, yo, you're gonna pay this Black man the same way that you paid this white man.
Yeah.
So he'll advocate for so many people and help so many people out without asking for a dime. They even made a documentary about him. Alguien hasta le ofreció una casa y vivía una casa gratis de tanta ayuda que le daba a la gente.
¿Me entiendes?
So sometimes I think...
But it starts first as like, you do it because te sale natural. You're not going to do it si no te sale.
Yeah, but also that's a power move as well. I don't know if you ever read the 48 Laws of Power.
No.
The 48 Laws of Power, it says never... one of the power laws is never accept a free lunch, right? So, but it talks about like the ones that have power are the ones that pay for the bill, are the ones that vamos a comer, but I'm treating you out to eat. You see what I'm saying? The ones that give, a lot of times what I tell people is like, what can I do to help you? Because when you go to somebody that's powerful, right? A lot of times when people go to somebody that's powerful, they'll be like, what can you do for me? I need help with this. You're powerful. I need help with that. But nobody goes to the powerful person who's like, what can I do for you? Right. And that's when the power shift. You see what I'm saying? So giving and helping others is also a form of a power move. Robert Greene, 48 Laws of Power. Tú sabes. Tú sabes, la gente viene...
Estoy haciendo vaina de libros que yo ni he leído.
Ya tú no tienes que leer porque yo te lo dije.
Pregúntame de qué se trata. Bueno, compra comida.
Cómprale comida a todo el mundo.
Cómprale comida a todo el mundo y te va a ser poderoso.
What's the next move for Nuestra Nueva Yol?
Man,
what's the goal?
Go international now. I just came back from DR.
How was it?
Presidente.
¿Qué?
Bro, it was your homeland. Like, yo tenía 15 años que no iba.
¿Qué?
So I blew up and everything, like, within that time frame of not going back. So now I go back after 15 years, and on top of that, like, I quote unquote made it, like, as far as popularity and stuff. Like, it's a big deal, especially to my hometown.
What's your hometown?
Palmar de Ocoa, en Baní.
Okay.
En Baní, un campito que se llama Palmar de Ocoa.
Oh, I love el campo.
Es lo mejor.
Lo mejor que hay.
Lo mejor. But yeah, it's different. But now definitely go international and go into like production. Like eventually I do want to leave the stage and then become like a house for production.
Oh, I love
like
that.
Putting shows together.
Love that.
Producing shows like at a big scale. So now, like, obviously, build the connections, build the contacts, build the network. So then when I decide to, okay, I have everything I need to now bring the next group up, that I can call a Vinny. Vinny, I got this guy for you. Or I can call a Charlie, I got this other guy for you. And then I could build that for, like, that's what I have planned. I'm not going to say too much. But,
like you want to build like your own network.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's like a fuck it, primicia. A comedy label. For stand-up comedians.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man, I do appreciate you coming here, bro. And this has been a fascinating conversation. I don't know how it was going to go.
What are you talking about? We have a lot to talk about.
We
can go for another hour. ¿Cuánto tenemos? 2 horas, 3?
No, but like, I do appreciate you coming out here, brother. Like, I appreciate the love, like, sharing the stage with me. But like, yo, come through. Hey, come, let's do this show together. Like, it's been fun, bro. And I love moving to New York and being able to come back to
I don't know if you know this, but it's more of an honor for me to share the stage with you.
I appreciate that.
Than maybe
brother.
You think it is. Like, bro, yo soy fanático full tuyo.
No, y yo tuyo,
like,
mi hermano.
¿Quién me iba a decir a mí un día que yo estuviera aquí de que hablando frente a frente con Gadiel?
And you earned it. You earned it, bro.
Let alone working together, like,
yeah,
and stand up and shit, and collabing on shit.
I feel like I've saw your growth.
Yeah,
I feel like I experienced your growth from the beginning, and it was beautiful to see.
Me acarició una vez por un video, me acarició. Ustedes no saben eso. Una vez este hombre vino de Los Ángeles y yo cayéndole atrás y vaina con Tommy. Gadiel, vamos a hacer un video. No, que la compañía no me deja. Oh,
¿Era así?
¿Qué compañía es esa? Entonces, you know, I told you this.
You told me that.
That kickstart is something I'm like, a ese nivel que yo quiero llegar. Que yo tenga con alguien que no me deje grabar con nadie.
No, todavía es fácil. Yo tenía un...
You know how late you gotta be to be like, nah, my company don't allow me to create content outside of... What? That shit, you put a thing on my back. I'm like, tú verás, mamá.
That's what you wanted? And for me, I saw it as a restriction.
No, okay, it is a restriction.
It's a restriction.
Yo, qué sé yo.
Mira lo que fue lo que pasó. Que teníamos the top producer en Pero Like, Jenny Lorenzo. She was the abuela. She freaking put this page together, millions of followers, and she did one like web episode with somebody and with some friends of ours. What BuzzFeed did is they fired her the next day.
Tito,
de que salió ese video, and they fired her the same week que se le murieron los abuelos de ella.
Anda el people.
So it was like soulless, no mercy. We're talking about somebody that was producing 11 videos within a month. So ese terror que dije, coño, así si despiden esta tipa que ella hace 11 videos al mes y yo hago 2.
Para que me vengan a votar por este mamagüey por un Nueva Yol.
A mí me va a sacar de aquí a palo, güey. And then when we went to New York, you're like, yo, let's shoot a video here. Yo te digo, no, yo no hago video con nadie. No.
Oh, shit. To me, like, porque ¿qué sabía yo?
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, yo, that's fire. Like, this nigga está a ese nivel ya.
Muchacho.
Él no puede hacer video con todo el mundo. That's fire. Mm-hmm. But then you start, like, that's why I'm not chasing mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not chasing mainstream.
As you shouldn't.
I'm not chasing working under a big house.
Mm-hmm.
Si toca una colaboración, okay. But I'm not chasing an agency. I'm not chasing, like, literally me and my manager, Joel,
mm-hmm.
we started together.
No way.
We started, like, in this industry together. Like, y ese tigre ha disparado que todo el mundo le tira ahora.
No way.
Yo, can you manage me? Yo, can you manage me? Yo, can you hook me up? Yo, can you this? A él lo llaman de Santo Domingo to put him into, because now he has all the connects for anything in comedy, anything in stand-up comedy that you want to do in the United States, I'm going to say.
He's
connected. And he doesn't have to work with an agency. Because, you know, usually it's agencies that have the connects with the club owners, and ellos nada más llaman, oh shit, llamó el agent de Kevin Hart. He wants to put Gadiel on. So that's how they get you in. Like, oh shit, vamos a meter a Gadiel porque fue el agent de Kevin Hart que llamó.
Es verdad.
My manager, you know, we started together. I wanted to work with somebody outside the industry. Again, because that's not what I'm searching for. And now this nigga is like one of the go-to guys if you want to get into anywhere without having those connections. He's the bridge.
And sometimes it's best like that. I think it's best to start with somebody that's not in, but is also doing their own thing, that has the same hunger that you got.
Yeah, but he's one line, straight line, no play, and he has that business mentality, and he has that structure. He has that, no es así, pues no se va a hacer.
Mm-hmm.
There's no give. There's no, you know, no. Y me gusta, y estoy ahí hasta el final. Hasta que me vote.
Bueno, mi hermano, thank you for coming today.
Thank you. Ya me está votando, tú ves.
Tú sabes.
Ya me está votando.
Es que el podcast tiene que terminar
pues
un
sí,
día.
Colaboren, señores. Gracias a Gadel, mi ídolo. Mira dónde estamos ahora. Tenemos un par de shows por ahí. His bio, my bio, everybody bio. Vayan, apoyen. I love you. Apoyen a Gadiel, por favor, que se lo merece.
And leave in the comments what you thought about the conversation and what else you want to hear. Lo quiero mucho.